Hello everyone, Soulless Scientist here again, and with PAX Prime on the horizon, I thought it would be a great time to revisit the predictions video I uploaded before Gamescom and make a few revisions, especially as it relates to PAX and the impending beta announcement. The two aren't necessarily connected, but I really hope they will be. First, let's talk characters, and I'd like to point out something that you may have missed in the E3 demo video. Both Reyna and Benedict are clearly visible in the E3 footage, and Melka might have been hard to spot if you didn't already know what she looked like. However, as Cleese is introducing more characters near the end of the video, there's a scene where Benedict appears to be flying through a section of Tempest. For a brief time, you can see Umbra, Melka, and Caldarius on the platform below him. This of course means that the four characters revealed at Gamescom were all visible in official E3 footage. Credit to Mental Mars for finding this as well. I'll put a link to his video about spotting Umbra in the description box below. So, assuming this pattern would continue, we can conclude that the most likely characters to be revealed next are the ones that have been featured in official footage, provided they aren't crazy enough that Gearbox wants to save them for last. One is Isaac the Sentient Turret, who was introduced at the end of the E3 demo and briefly shown in the Gamescom trailer. The other is Trevor Galt, who I believe was first seen in the E3 trailer, but it wasn't until later on the Gearbox forums that his identity became known. In a press release style introduction for Melka, we learned that she has a history with him, and Galt is currently or was at one point part of the Peacekeepers. In the Gamescom trailer, he's the trenchcoat wearing badass with a surprise hookshot, and he has been shown with weapons akimbo, so that may be his ultimate ability. As for whether or not Isaac and Galt will get their own spotlights at PAX, I'm not really sure, because more character reveals now means fewer later, and new characters is a great way to generate hype, so this one is kind of a 50-50 for me, but I'm leaning toward no new character reveals, at least in the same way we had at Gamescom. I think some of the biggest news to come out of PAX will be beta details, but I think they'll be a little light on specifics for now. I previously predicted a September or October beta for shift account holders, but in retrospect, I think that may be too soon, considering the holiday game season will have already started. I think we'll get a December beta window, and as November wraps up, we'll get a specific date along with some PvP details, but I think it will start toward the end of the month and run for at least a full week. If Gearbox wants to collect a lot more data, then it'll probably run for 10 days, but 2 weeks tops. However, if Gearbox wanted to do 2 beta periods, then I think the first would be in October only for shift account holders, and the second one in December would be open to everyone, but I think just the one beta in December is more likely. As for what the beta will actually contain, I don't think that will be revealed at PAX either, but I think it will be competitive multiplayer only. If a campaign mission is included, I think that runs the risk of burnout because it can be played offline, potentially all the way up to launch. I presume all 3 modes, Incursion, Devastation, and Meltdown, will be present, and only the 10 heroes we're well acquainted with at this point will be playable. If there's a surprise announcement in store, and I think there is, I think it will be some sort of special physical edition of the game that will be priced no higher than $80 here in the States. I am personally not a fan of steelbook cases, so I hope there will not be one, but maybe an art book, a map of the Soulless system, and some stickers or window decals would be nice. No digital content, please. That means exclusive loot, skins, and the like are off limits. Regarding the possibility of a season pass, I think PAX Prime is still way too early to announce one, but I'm sure it will exist at some point. It is my sincere hope that it won't be bundled with the only collector's edition, should such an edition exist, and we don't hear about DLC anything until launch or close to it. As cool as I think new characters and or maps would be, I would still insist that we all wait until the first batch is available before deciding whether or not to buy that first piece and or all future content. I do all my writing and recording about a day in advance, so by the time this video was uploaded, some things I've talked about may have already been addressed, but I will very likely be doing an update video on Saturday to cover anything new, so stay tuned. Don't forget the Gearbox panel is this Friday, August 28th at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and will be streamed live at twitch.tv/Battleborn. Please be sure to rate the video, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more on Battleborn. Thank you very much for watching.